joining me. Before I start today, I had an email during the week from a lady called Jess Doyle, who does hypnosis coaching for people who feel they've experienced twin flame connections and maybe wanting to know more about it, wanting to heal from these connections possibly. I've looked at her website obviously, but I don't have any experience of what she does, so I can't vouch for it. But so many people have helped me in my life. I thought I'd mention her name so that you can check it out. Her name is Jess Doyle, and her website is, I can't pronounce this, it's Gurassay, gursay.com. So from what I can see, she does hypnosis coaching and guided meditation, which I think is going to be up soon. Yeah, just go and have a look. And see what you think, if this is something that feels important to you, or you feel like you're stuck and you want to know more. And as I said, I just want to help a bit, and I don't really know the lady's site, but yeah, go check it out if you want to. Right, today's reading is going to be about twin flame connections, and I know you may think that, well, if you've ever watched any of my channels, that I don't talk about things like this at all, because I can't really explain it without seeming even more of a miserable trout than I already am. Because I don't like things to have labels, I think, because I think that life is slippery. You can get intense connections, you can get connections that feel like your energy's the same, you can get connections where you feel like your energy's different. It can be a bit jarring, the lessons are harsher. They've all got different names. So I don't like to pin things down, because sometimes I think life is too slippery for categories. But this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Today's reading is going to be the purpose of your twin flame connection, and this will be a connection where you felt very similar to somebody, an extremely strong pull, and sometimes it can often feel like it's really hard to get together, because in an old paradigm or old-fashioned sense, we want to be joined. When we find somebody attractive, it's quite rare, I guess, really attractive. It's the fact it makes your soul move and you want to be with them, and oftentimes it's difficult. So what is the reason behind that? Lots of different things we're looking at. Anyway, enough talking from me. You have got the peacocks for pile number 1 and the love hearts for pile number 2, and pile number 3 is the bear and the monkey and the cyclist. So if you want to take your choice, and we'll get stuck in, and I may actually learn something myself about twin flames as we go through it. See you in a minute.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Okay, well, what have I got here? Your twin flame connection. You've got the Two of Cups for who this person is. You've got Uranus next to it. The Two of Cups is a twin flame connection. And your two little peacocks up here. To me, that is you've met somebody which is basically, I think, termed as a twin flame connection, who's extremely similar to you. The way that they think, the way that they see life, their basic energy vibrates the same frequency as you do. So to me, that's a good start. You've got Uranus there next to it, so there's an element of freedom, an element of bringing new energy into the world. Some form of not wanting to be constricted, not wanting to conform to what everybody else does around you, and what the world dictates is correct. So as I said, siphoning freshness, newness, a change to some paradigm that just doesn't work anymore. So that's why I guess there's more to this, so I don't want to jump ahead. Maybe something to do with your meeting. This person may be difficult to, they may have something very exciting. The energy that probably when you met each other, the similarity between the pair of you could have been met with a very Uranus feeling, which is generally, Uranus is like your nerves. And the more I look into this, the more fascinating I found life. Uranus is nervous energy. A lot of the time it's associated with your thyroid. Your thyroid is associated with your blood. Your blood, if you look at old esoteric books and tombs, is associated with a change in, it's often, I guess, from I don't know, I'm not very religious, but like the blood of Christ type of thing, it changes your blood, whatever that means. So there's something here that's a little bit sort of, has got something esoteric going on that's making me feel a bit prickly. Anyway, okay, so let's go to your soul group. What is it that you shared together? You know, what vibration were you coming from before you got here? What did you experience, past lives together? You've got what I guess is a lot of trauma with trying to understand it. You've got the Three of Swords here, which is paying the Judgment card, like one world from the next. You may have had karmic experiences together where you went into, and it's like a slam. It was difficult. It's, you know, if you think of what we are naturally, you know, naturally spirit, we come down here and we're squashed somewhat into these bodies. I don't think it's probably about like, you know, a certain percentage into our body. The rest of our mind and our vibration and everything else is outside our body. So we're squashed and we're basically attached to these bodies in some way, condensed definitely. And if you've got this Uranus energy which doesn't like to be squashed, which is very much pure spirit, it's going to feel difficult. And so I feel that when you've come up across the brutality of life in past lives, maybe, you've retained that pain, the Judgment card, the Three of Swords, but the out sideways. To me, I feel that in some way through brutal experiences that you may, Uranus and the Three of Cups upside down, somehow feel that you don't belong, or feel that life is cruel, or the pair of you feel slightly estranged from others' circumstances, getting your needs met in life. So to me, this is toughness. And I feel that when you meet each other, there's an understanding possibly, you know, and it would be immediate with Uranus there, with understanding that you feel separate in some way from life. And also you feel that life can be brutal, life can be hard. I don't know if that makes sense. But to me, to have the Hangman next to Uranus, and there's been times spent where that is where your best growth has happened. That is where you can sit back and you can understand rather than bulldozing through it and just going with what your basic instincts, your lower drives. Both of you have what I guess is a cutback or honed down astuteness. It's like you may have caught each other looking at a situation which is not correct, and almost a sense of knowing has gone between the pair of you. A sense of disgust with injustice or acting through fear, or, you know, just noticing it in others and thinking, hold on, that isn't right. And sometimes you can see that type of, you know, people like we see on TV, when we experience life, it's in front of our eyes, but, you know, oftentimes that could be the type of thing that makes you cry or makes you upset because you feel like your vibration, that you've been through it, but now you understand it and you recognise it, and it's almost by recognising it you both can pull yourselves out of it and not repeat it, not joining in, not being pulled into the game of an eye for an eye, I suppose, in some way. It's like, okay, I can see that going on. So with regards to you two meeting or seeing each other, there's going to be an air of gentleness. There's going to be an air of detached, I'm going to say intelligence because I can't think of another word. It's more like an understanding of people not wanting to hurt others, not wanting to add to the lower vibration or the affray in some way with each other. So there's a consideration with the Two of Cups. There's a sense of probably the need to protect the other. There's a sense of gentleness. There's a sense of what I guess is it's not the need to push on each other. It's a need to let the other one grow, even though it's really intense. The need to be with the other person is extremely strong, but not at the expense of their development, which I suppose is what a twin flame is, but it's very much in here because of the trauma that you've experienced together. This card here, what is the attraction that lies between the pair of you? The Two of Pentacles and the Fool card would be, the Fool card is Uranus, isn't it? So that is a unsaid, unknown knowledge or feeling inside you of bringing through fresh energy, of realising, I'm not going to use the word brutal again, but I want to. There's so many things that we get so accustomed to, and I don't want to start getting preachy here, although I do enjoy it, that are just wrong in life, and we just see it every day, and it just is not right. It just isn't right. I can give an example here, which, you know, there will be messages below, and well, it's difficult, you can say what you want because I still do it, so I'm wrong. I'm eating red meat, and to me, it just doesn't feel right. And perhaps any meat doesn't, but I know I'm hypocritical because I've got like leather shoes and things. But to me, I know that's wrong. I know it's wrong. It feels wrong inside me. Another disgusting thing I did yesterday, one story before I get back into it. Flies. I don't like flies. Anyway, got the fly spray out and sprayed the fly. It was on its back hopping. I felt really sad. I could hear it in my voice then. It just was struggling. And, you know, I'm thinking, I don't like you flies. I don't like you fly, but I really did not want to see you suffer. And not just see you suffer. I felt like I was twitching, and I felt that could have been anybody close to me twitching on, and it will be one day. Anyway, sidetracking, me crying about flies, which was basically me being cruel with flies. So where does the attraction lie between the pair of you? The Fool card is siphoning in new energy into a system where things have gone rotten. Gone rotten. We've played the game for too long, and the Two of Pentacles is playing with that, is knowing what to do with it. And that is very much, as I always say in all my readings, balance is everything. The Two of Pentacles goes up and down, and that's what we're doing at the moment in life in general. We're up here, we're down there. Everybody's scrabbling. And, you know, with the media as well, you can see the worst of it in media a lot of times and the best of it. You know, and it's our decision in life to be able to do what we can with what we've got. And sometimes people don't have a lot at their disposal to be able to do things. And other times there are people who have possibly have these connections that bring in this energy that are meant to be doing this. And at the moment, I'm doing a blog on Oppenheimer. Yeah, it's taken about 3 months because I just can't stop wanting to know more. Anyway, Oppenheimer, Uranus, number 22. Oftentimes you find people who are involved in nuclear energy, strong Uranus, strong Pluto, uranium, Pluto. Yeah, I know it should be obvious, really. But also as well, Edgar Cayce always said that people are born into this scenario, this world situation at the moment, who have got strong Uranus, which is the extremes to some extent. You can feed in good energy, or you can feed in, you know, technological insights that can destroy. And I'm not against things like this, but there's got to be a sense of morality that goes with it. Anyway, let's get back to you two here, because I know people go, switch off, talk about me. Fair enough. The Two of Pentacles here in the Fool energy is playing with the energy, is knowing what's going on, seeing the scenarios, seeing how other people need help, seeing how we all need help. The Magician card here for you is, what are you meant to do with that? You're meant to make a new world. The connection that you had is supposed to light something inside of you that is different, that helps others, that helps the system move into a better place, not through extremes. And extremes, Uranus, I always think Che Guevara, extremes. Incredibly attractive, beautiful person, possibly great ideas. I don't know much about it, but in some ways, even those people that want that Uranus energy to be brought out, to break systems, you don't want to go and be as bad as the system. Very much going on in our society at the moment. So the Magician card here is breaking through. The Magician card is your ability to put your effort every day into something that you really, really are taken by, that really makes you move emotionally inside yourself. And in doing that, it's bringing in energy that's much needed. So choose wisely and then work really hard at it. I don't know what that means. So this person's come into your life to wake yourself up to that cause or that action that needs to be brought out of you. What were these two cards here? Oh, yeah, okay. what to do with what you've got now. The Moon card is confusion, so it's not going to come immediately. As I said, the Magician card there is there to help you. The Moon card there is like, well, I don't really know what to do. And oftentimes I feel this when you look at fixed stars, you think that, oh my gosh, this is my purpose. This is what I'm meant to do. And it is basically, you know, wear a cape and fly 3 times around the world. It's like, well, that's a bit too grand. The Moon card is confusion, but the Magician card is there to say, whatever you think, just act slightly on that bit. Whatever, you know, feels exciting to you at that moment, just go towards it and it will develop. It will become more clear. The Two of Pentacles also as well, the healing to be had in this. The Two of Pentacles, is you've got that twice. It's balance. It's not extremes. It's not wanting. It's not going down one complete track saying this person was in my life because of this, and it's not going, there's no connection either. It's the balance in between. This person was probably fed into your life for you to express yourself, for you to experience life in a different way, possibly to change tack, but not to an extreme. It's like a gentle nudge from a background that's quite difficult to say, wake up, Uranus, here I am, start moving now. Start, even if you feel confused at the beginning and you can't find your path, unless you start putting the effort in. And, you know, even with a piece of paper today, write down things that make you, or you're interested in, and then start doing them. You know, things that make you feel that you can add to the world, and however rubbish it is, it's like, just do it anyway. Even if it's, you know, smiling at the postman, or, you know, helping your kid with their homework, or helping somebody else's kid with a sport that, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's just like, start with the things that make you feel slightly interested, and that may turn into some passion. I don't like the word passion, but it might evolve into something that feels more complete, I suppose. That excitement feels more complete. So to start summarising what I've got here, your twin flame connection, how to recognise them is that there would be no difficulty recognising the Two of Cups and Uranus. It would have been intense, it would have been exciting, and it would have been this person almost said the words before they come out of your mouth. The way that you move, the clothes that you wear were probably reflected in each other. Your interests, your loves, your desires, very, very similar. Felt very at home with them. It's almost like you met a family member. It's like, it's intense and it's there. What you've shared together, I guess, is difficult circumstances to be able to understand what is needed, and you're fed into this lifetime, or this timeline, I suppose, with maybe strong Uranus contacts inside yourself. Both of you may be able to relate to that. It's to bring in new energy, even though it will feel confusing at the time, and it shouldn't be extreme energy, especially if you have got strong Uranus there. Uranus is fresh, and it's like spirit before it's formed, so you're supposed to bring that in some way, I guess, with the Two of Pentacles, but in a very measured way. So start moving now. This person ignited you in some way to be able to look at life and, I'm here, I'm alive. And oftentimes you get eros with that feeling as well. I'm alive, I'm here. What are you going to do? So try and find some sort of middle ground between fixed stars and working like the working dead every day. What ignites you? This person is supposed to have done that, so keep moving with it. You feel alive, you feel awake when you fall in love, when you feel attracted to somebody, and that's how you're meant to feel. I'm going to be right sort of a bit sort of, I was going to say hippie-ish then, but that gets basic Uranus, spirit, energy moving through you. And that's, you know, that's when you feel alive. And so many people, I feel, you know, and I've been there, we heads down, we forget what we're made of. I'm going to leave you there. I feel like I'm going to get in trouble for what I've said for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe if you're there, because people watch, they don't subscribe, and we all pedal off into the distance, don't we? Thank you. Bye. Hi pal 2, I'm going to start again. I've looked at the cards quickly and I'll just go for it. I haven't come to a conclusion, so things that I say as I run through I may retract. Who is this person? How do you recognise them? You've got the Nine of Discs, which is normally the woman in the garden. You know, maybe they're rich, maybe they are materially comfortable is the word I was using when I had, this is my second start, to be honest. So they may be, well dressed. They may have an aura of feeling that they're complete, but this person's blinkered. So what I'm thinking as well with like twin flame connections, one person can often recognize it, the other person doesn't. The Gemini here makes me think that communication is key. That you can talk easy to this person, or Gemini thoughts, but you've got the Five of Wands down here. So I feel that communication is, maybe you choose the same words. Maybe this person fills in your words for you before you've even had a chance to get them out. It's like you're talking, and in expressing yourself, that is where the connection feels safe. You feel at home, you feel as if you know them. So it's got something to do with communicating. So in my mind, I'm imagining you've met somebody, perhaps you're sat in a tram or something. A tram, what am I talking about? I was thinking a train, because I know somebody who met the person they married on a train. They said as soon as they started talking, they just knew. It was like it just flowed and it was easy. So you may know your person because they're easy to connect with, and it felt like home as soon as you did. You just felt like family. The Five of Wands in the centre card here, I don't really know. Now, this is like soul group energy. So the Five of Wands with the Queen of Swords and the Fool card here, this to me is artsy energy. It's energy that fights. It's energy that does it with words. It's people who are bright and clever that can somehow go against the situation. Stand up for themselves or stand up for people. With the Fool card there, it could be more others, because like Sagittarius and Aquarius tend to be more group orientated. Aquarius is different because they're group orientated, but mentally group orientated. Sagittarius get involved, I guess, more so here. So the Five of Wands here, maybe you've spent past lives together fighting. Maybe there's a feeling here like a lawyer or somebody that fights for others but does it with their mind. The Fool card here is freedom for others. And maybe you shared a passion. Maybe you talked about something that you were quite passionate about. Something where you both held the same beliefs. And that is possibly, maybe, it was a certain sentence or a line that they said, this is what I fight for. This is what I'm interested in. This is what I feel is right. And then both of you like connected on that, possibly here. Because if this is a soul life that you've shared together, and I often think with twin flames, not that I often think of twin flames, but I would guess that is so. You're going to be the same soup, the same vibration, aren't you? And this is fighting for freedom. And that is something for people, although you felt comfortable and enclosed with this person because you share the same vibration, it's the complete opposite to what probably kicks both of you off or makes you both excited. It's allowing people to be awake, aware, to be able to stand up for themselves. And the Fool card there is changing energy, possibly oppression in some way, some form. And that can take lots of different forms. It doesn't have to be, like a union, or it doesn't have to be, with a government. It can be in everyday life. Just saying, this is what I stand for. This is who I am. And allowing free speech. It's that type of thing with the Fool card Uranus. And this Gemini, the Five of Wands, is antagonistic. It's like, well, I'm going to say what I think. And the Queen of Swords is very clever with it. So you've spent lifetimes, I think, fighting for other people, possibly yourselves as well. And thoughts excite you. The ability to communicate with the Gemini excites you. And the ability to be able to feel free is really important. There's a speech by Rowan Atkinson years and years ago, before a lot of this like free speech and people being not regressed, what's the word, being oppressed, and he must have said this about 10-15 years ago, and I just really liked what he said, and this was before it was a thing. Okay, so what have you got here? What's the attraction between the pair of you? You've got the Tower and the Embodiment of Pentacles. To me, there's a feeling here that to be together could crush. There's a very romantic line that came into my head as I put these out. I can't remember what it was, but it's like to be together could end a lot of other scenarios or situations that you have established in your life. The Embodiment of Pentacles is the King of Pentacles, somebody who's set up their life in some way possibly, somebody who has material things surrounding them that says who they are and this is where I come from and this is what I've aimed for. The Tower card is a collapse of that. So it may be difficult to get together with this person who you share a similar mindset with and a very important mindset with. So let's move on over here to these two cards, which are why you met them. Ten of Cups, emotional completion. You feel that either safe, you feel an attraction towards this person that feels like you've met somebody who is your soup, who is your soul energy, who is your vibration, and shares possibly the same sentiments in life as you. You know, this ability to be free, to fight, to be able to stand up, and for everybody else to have those qualities or those conveniences in life. Conveniences. The Devil card here is a feeling of being overtaken with this connection. You're both meant to be overtaken with this connection. To be honest, over the Nine of Discs, I thought initially, because of the little bird with the blinkers, I'm wondering whether your person sees the connection as clearly as you do. Because the Devil card here to me can often be obsessional and attraction, but sometimes, you know, it can often feel like you carry the can of that, and there must be a reason for that, which is down here. The Death card is change. What you meant to do with it. This is what this card is. It's change. And how you meant to do that. The World card is bring an end to things. So once again, there's a reason behind these connections that is probably bigger, more inclusive than what we initially see. You know, we're talking about you sharing a vibration with somebody that feels familiar, both from the same soul groups, I guess. But in reality, we're all from the same soul group. So you're going to meet somebody who's like you to feel that's good, I'm awake, I'm alive, I understand it. I can't get out of it what I want in this material world, but there's a more important lesson going on in here, which you can't let go of until you know what it is. And that is to change. I don't know what that is yet. It's to change something big. The World and the Death card aren't just like a little change. The first power was like start changing things small in a way, but the Death card here and the World card, and I don't know how many people watching this are in positions of, you know, to make huge change. But I suppose we have to start small somewhere, don't we? And I know that's retracting what I've just said here because they're such huge cards. Definite change. But it's to do, the way that you're going to change is the things that you say. So whether you work in media, it may be your, I don't know, it doesn't have to be media, it could be anything. You could be a teacher, but it's what comes out of your mouth and your view of life and your view of freedom and your ability to fight with your words is going to make that change. So it may be a big one, but, you know, I don't know how it's going to start, to be honest, here. And you felt comfortable with this person to be able to bring back up that what is innate in you, you know, that feeling to fight, that need to fight, and that feeling to be free, and that ability to be able to voice your opinion. So whether you have got a YouTube channel, whether you're a teacher, whether you just talk to people at the local shop, it's that you need to bring to light the need to not be oppressed, or the need to not shut down people's views or opinions, for that to be free speech. I can't think of a different way to say it. Gemini, the Five of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Fool, they're all air, they're all communication. And the Devil card here is the connection with your person doesn't go away very easily, because it's not meant to go away, because you're both the same, you've both got the same job to do. And whether it wouldn't surprise me whether you were actually in the same job, but in that job you're supposed to be able to allow to be able to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions without shutting them down. It's freedom. Uranus is freedom, but I feel that the connection is difficult for you because of the Devil card being there and the Tower card and the embodiment of Pentacles, because you can't get to the person. So it's going to feel hard for you. So that Death card can also mean possibly for you to change. Why? How would you change if it was more personal to you? How can you change yourself? More action-orientated, courage, more bravery in your life. Oftentimes we see people who embody what we haven't quite got, or we don't feel that we own. And you see that in people's charts with, and I don't know which way this goes with same-sex relationships, but with the women often push out their Mars and their Sun, and men are brought towards them or come towards them who are like, yeah, look at me, I'm playing that for you, and vice versa for men who tend to push out their moon and their Venus. And the women tend to embody that. And to here is the you recognise those qualities in this other person, and the King of Wands here is for you to live it, for you to be it and to do it with a bit of vigour, I think, here, and a bit of sense of, to me, there's a sense of justice in this because of the Queen of Swords and the Fool card here. It's like mental, doesn't make sense, these words won't make sense. Mental equality. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either. What is that? Somebody help me. The Queen of Wands is courage in your speech and being who you are. This person obviously showed you part of themselves that you thought is incredibly attractive, but this is saying you own that. And the Devil card here is you can't get out of your mind because it's like, that is so attractive. It's because it's something that you need to express yourself. And to bring to the end, the Devil card shouldn't be attraction for attraction's sake to try and get close to this person. It's a reflection of yourself in the person that's the most important thing here. And possibly to change that need to get close to somebody and own yourself and just see that person as basically a reflection is probably what I would say here. And the mental equality bit has, I don't know what to say with those words. I really don't know what I meant, but it's that feeling of everybody being the same, having the same freedom of speech, because this is all speech. And the World card here is bringing an end to two things here. I don't know if you can bring an end to things, but you can help. Every little bit pushes forward. Whatever job you do, whether you can actually speak your truth and say what you feel you need to say without the fear of being censored in some way. And I don't know what that means. Whatever job you have. And it's not a case of going out to hurt people, but telling the truth often does hurt people. And everybody's got a different truth, but there is one underlying truth. You know, we all come from one pot, that this is basically where we come from, and then we come down and we layer on our truths, I guess, a little bit here. But there is one underlying truth, I guess. I don't know. It's to do with mind and thinking. Hey-ho. Right, I'm going to start summarising this because I've picked at it and it can get more confusing, and because it's incredibly interesting to me, but can get more confusing. So your twin flame connection, I think, started with a feeling of safety and a feeling of being able to talk to this person, to be able to identify with their thoughts, and it excited you. You fell for this person. In the material world, it's difficult to be together with this person, but you can't stop thinking about them. What you're meant to be thinking about is the connection, the communication, the thoughts that you shared, the mindset that you shared, and it's supposed to be used in a bigger way where you're having the courage to take the reflection of that person and live it out in a sense that's got more confidence, more courage, a real strong sense of of identity in yourself. Yeah, that's what I've got. And to let go of wanting to be with this person, because basically I feel you've spent lifetimes together, and maybe this lifetime is the one that you get to stand up. You probably spent lifetime together. To me, this would be like debating, being on... So let's just take it into different eras. Roman era, you would have been on some sort of council where you were debating laws or trying to organise thoughts that would, help people, and you wanted the truth to be told, whatever that is. And you could, that's what it feels like to me. It's trying to find out what's right. And this person, I don't know, could have articulated that in some way that really got you. And you thought, that's my person. And you can't let it go. But there's some form of completion that is, as I said, the two different sides coming together. And I was talking about the moon and the sun and all that type of thing. But this lifetime is not to get together to debate, to share life, to connect so much, but for you to be able to stand up and say, this is me. And you've had a training ground together. So if you can change people's lives by communicating, then that is what you're meant to be doing. I don't know if this feels right to anybody. I feel like I'm talking down some Alpenhorn. with those like things that are shaped like that you get, it goes wonk. Yeah, but to me, this is the bit that probably on a personal level, I would want you to know. The devil card here is somebody you can't let go of. The thoughts are incessant. It just goes over and over. Incessant, sorry, not yeah, incessant. Is that the right word? And they go over and over again. And to feel that loss, possibly from somebody you can't actually, you don't fit easily into the world that they set up, can be hard. So it's basically to know that you've spent lifetimes together, but this lifetime, to be fed into this lifetime is something that's important for you to stand up on your own in this lifetime and to be able to express your thoughts, your opinions. And as I keep saying, the Fool card there, your intellect and your love of freedom possibly can help others. Whoever can identify with that, I don't know, but I hope somebody can out there. I'm going to leave it. It's difficult for me to try and put across, but that's what I've got. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay, lots of thoughts here. None of them really formed yet. What I will do is I will just start talking with what I felt when I was putting these out, or what I thought, what the connections that I made, and they may change because I will just go through it bit by bit and I may come to some other conclusion here. There's a strong feeling inside myself here of a very, very sweet connection. And there's a feeling here possibly of lifetime spent together. There's a possibility, whether you are both women now, whether you were both women in past life, if you believe in past lifetimes, it feels like, because of the palace here, which to me I often identify with like studying and groups of women studying, almost like, it makes me think of Greek sort of era with women in temples. And you've got here the Justice card again, with the birds here, group of people, Venus being feminine here. So I feel there's been some sort of esoteric backdrop to your connection where you've spent past lifetimes together, working together to become more conscious, I suppose, or more aware, or again, Page of Cups, another very feminine, soft feeling. To me, I felt that there was a sense between the pair of you. You've got the Ace of Cups for who this person is. You fall in love with each other. This person almost is like an explosion inside yourself of just feeling love. And it's very much a case of softness between, if you dream of this person, it will be softness and sweetness that pulls you together. It will be looking out for each other and being there for each other, or connecting or touching in a very gentle way. But you have got the Devil card here, so there's something quite obsessive. And, if there is an esoteric feeling behind this, the Devil card, although is probably not a very esoteric card, it just has that feeling that maybe you're incredibly interested in what you were doing and it was almost slightly obsessive. So you could be quite obsessive now with regards to searching out, astrology or tarot or, I don't know, other forms of occult knowledge. And that maybe you're connected on that. To be honest, I don't know many people that do connect on that, but it could be, as in like in love relationships. But I don't really know here. But how you would recognise this person would be an immediate sense of wanting to be kind, wanting to share yourself, wanting to be open, wanting to express your feelings for them. This isn't a meeting of like cut off, shut off, hide myself in case I get hurt. It's a meeting of connections and love and gentleness and sweetness and feeling like it's like a group of women together. If it's a vision in my head, it's like women talking together, being at home with each other like sisters. Yeah, I know that doesn't feel right, but that is what I've got. And I feel that there's got some sort of learning going on through this. The Nine of Cups again. These cards are, where does the attraction lie? The Nine of Cups is getting what you wish. It's like, the golden egg here. So to me, it's like, oh my God, I never thought I'd meet anybody who I felt it was easy to talk to. The love between the pair of us, it obviously flows incredibly easy as well. So it's like, oh my gosh, why now? Why this person? What's the meaning behind it? The Inspiration of Wands here, what would that be? Where's the attraction between the pair of you? The Inspiration of Wands, that to me is like a sextile. It's like opportunities, it's like possibilities between the pair of you. What ifs? Where can this go? Moving away from each other, perhaps after connection, wanting to pick up the phone, or to meet as well with the Palace here, from past experience of looking at charts, especially to do with dreams. And I need to do something on YouTube about this. You know, dreams. If you follow your dreams and you know your chart, and you can often find that archetype in your chart. If you follow Pallas, I think it's Pallas, yeah, around your chart, you know, it hits onto a certain planet when you have a dream that is that planet. I haven't done this for ages, to be honest. And I've actually, as I'm saying this, it could be in draconic chart. But anyway, Pallas to me is patterns. So there may be really interesting synchronicities with regards to meeting each other. You know, perhaps this person arrived somewhere where they shouldn't have been, and you shouldn't have met them here, and you know, there they are again. Or, you know, and it very much is, you know, one of those things that if you think about somebody, there they are, but oftentimes I think it surpassed that in some ways. The connection here has got to do something, got to have something to do with something that was unexpected or doesn't really follow form, and then there they are. Okay, let me keep going here. What else have I got? Why were you with them? Why did you meet them? Eight of Swords. Maybe your thought processes, maybe the things that you think about, you possibly could have felt alone. The fact that this woman's trapped in with her own thoughts, and then you sharing things here with the synchronicities, with the feminine feeling of being accepted here. The Page of Cups, it's like an innocence between the pair of you. And the Devil card, maybe this person does share your same interests. I don't know whether you talk about the same things or have the same sort of vibe, which you will have if this is a soul feeling here. The Wheel of Fortune, as soon as I put this card out, you know, why did you meet? The Wheel of Fortune is to have confidence to move with that. Okay, this is what I've got here. The End card here is what you meant to do. That the World card is end something. And, you know, what's the healing? The Two of Cups is to understand that this connection is real and that it's there for a reason. So to start summing up what I've got here, your twin flame connection was brought in. Again, there's no awakening here, but was an extra nudge for you to have confidence in yourself, to be able to move forward in life. And I feel that this has got an esoteric feeling about it, which I know is a word I keep overusing, but it's a feeling of working in groups, in a sense of comfort and in a sense of love, developing some form of knowledge or understanding or ability to be able to love others. And I feel that both of you at some past lifetime were probably very engrossed in this together, shared things, laughed a lot, loved a lot. You know, there's a feeling here, as I keep saying, that Greek type of image of beaches and temples and, you know, being really happy together. And there's a very feminine feeling, very, very feminine feeling. And I don't want to say it because I feel it'll put people up, because to shift your mind to thinking that, you know, if you're male and female now, or two women now, two women would make more sense to me, to be honest. But I feel that you were two women in the past. And your need to be together, your need to make the other one feel happy, the need to make the other one feel comfortable, it was very much putting the other person first. And that, when you meet this person or when you have met this person already, that's going to be probably at the forefront of your thoughts and feelings, is the need to give to the other. You possibly don't have with other people. You know, as I said, it may be a quite protected feeling with others. You just feel like you've met somebody from the past and it's easy, and that's why you've got the golden egg here. As I said, moving on, why is this person in your life? Is because it possibly, with your thought processes, with the things that you both found important, you possibly felt as if you were trapped in or not accepted by other people. And this person, whether they share these interests or not, I don't really know, whether they're as awake as you, whether there just is a feeling of acceptance here. But with the Wheel of Fortune, you're supposed to be doing something with that and ending a situation that conforms to what you feel you ought to do, than rather what your soul knows it has to do. And that attraction is the bit that's keeping you alive. Here are the Two of Cups. There's some healing and acceptance of feeling like you've met somebody who loves you. The Two of Cups at the end, that is your healing. And this connection here is beautiful. You know, the synchronicity is something we can, you know, in a very sort of light-hearted way. So you probably bumped into them, and you probably did, but there's more in the fact that there's a pattern, there's a meaning behind this meeting. And that is for you to accept yourself and move forward with what I guess is almost, once you open up to it with the Wheel of Fortune, things will fall in your lap. Once you start to encompass this energy of belonging, of sisterhood, whatever that means. What does that mean? And a sense of innocence, and maybe a sense of playfulness, a sense of group orientated, a sense of gentleness. It doesn't have to be women. It just has to be people that are softer, that don't push, that don't grind, that don't put themselves first. That's what you felt with this person. And it's the courage to move forward with that. You know, and you want to bring in that energy, I suppose, here. But the attraction between you two, the Devil card, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Cups up here, you know, that's never going to go away. It will always be there. It's what are you going to do with that is more important. And the World card here is there's something you need to end. There's some part of your life that you're living that I feel has died, or you feel that it's dead or served its purpose in some way. And having the courage to not put yourself on the line, but to start opening up, and then that's when things will come towards you. But it's opening up with a feeling of, I feel like I need to stop here, a feeling of love and connecting. So why did this person come into your life? To feel accepted, to feel loved, to know what it feels like to love, to feel the pattern of life, past lives and meetings, synchronous meetings, to feel content and to feel like you can identify with somebody and vice versa. Because I feel that you possibly may in life have given up on that feeling, and here it is. There's an ending needs to take place in your life, and I don't know whether that is just a mental ending of, it's a sense of dryness to me. It's a sense of, you know, this is all soft and moist and love and flow. And this is like, oh, hold on, it's got to make sense. And it's putting an end to that. But the Wheel of Fortune is opening up to new possibilities. And the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups and the Devil of Cups, you'll never forget this person. You won't forget them. You're not meant to forget them. And there's the femininity in here. To me, this will feed into your dreams. It will feed into, you know, you may even cry over this person. And you may not even know them as well as perhaps other people you've spent more time with. But the feelings are just, you feel like home, you feel like love. I feel like I could do something stupid and you laugh. You'd accept me for who I am. It's a feeling of acceptance in here. So I'm going to leave it as it is. And I know these readings are a bit strange, and I can't conclude them in any way because they are a bit bizarre, because you've got what's happening now, who you're seeing, past lives, you know, what is the message from that soul group, how did you recognise them, and what are you meant to do with it now? So it's a whole lot to bring together, but hopefully if bits of this ping off thoughts inside you, maybe you know. But there's definitely change, and don't lose this person from your mind. You're not meant to move on from them. You're meant to use the connection to know where to go next and how to move next. And to do it with a sense of knowing, this is going to sound like I'm going to finish in a really new age corny line here, knowing to know that the universe will provide with the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, I don't like New Age corny, but I do really, not really, yeah, I do. Anyway, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. I hope this helps in some way. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're out there. Thank you very much. Bye.